Thank you. Honorable members, special guests, fellow survivors, I want to say thank you so much for supporting us, for being here today. Today, we commemorate 30 years after the end of 1994 genocide against Tutsi in Rwanda. Although it might sound like a long time, for survivors, it feels like it happened yesterday. The loss of our loved ones and friends, family members, they stay with us every single day. Over 1 million innocent Tutsis were murdered. They were among the best people in our life that we cannot tell you how we feel today. Our sisters, our brothers, our parents, uncles, aunties, cousins were aborted, killed after going through torture and unimaginable suffering. Our mothers were disobeyed and tortured in kind of animal behavior. Most of them were raped, others were killed in unspeakable words. However, some people might wonder how in one day a neighbor, a friend, a family member can turn and decide to kill. Genocide is the worst crime against humanity, and as is defined in the UN Convention of Prevention and Punishing the Crime of Genocide in 1948, a crime to qualify as a genocide, some conditions should be met. Defining a targeted group should be there and should be intended to destroy the whole group in part or in whole. According to the above definition, no genocide can happen overnight. For the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda, the root goes back in colonial time when the colonial divided Rwandan in groups. I look in some document, it said that started back in 1930s when the ethnic group and the ID was implemented in Rwanda. The results of this polarization of the Rwandan society was seen in 1959, when part of Rwandan population was killed and many others sent into exile. After the independence, the success and the leadership promoted discrimination ideology and prepared the genocide against Tutsi in many steps. Hate, propaganda, and the other tools they use was promoted over time until 1994 when the mass killing started. During the commemoration event like this, it is also the time to salute sons and daughters of Rwanda who say never again and sacrifice their life to stop the genocide against Tutsi. Survivors are grateful and honored to the RPF that took initiative when international community was looking away. Survivors of 1994 genocide against the Tutsi also show a high level of resilience in fostering unity and reconciliation. Most of the people did not know that this was going to be possible, but Rwanda is a witness that reconciliation, unity, and forgiveness is possible. However, survivors and perpetrators live in the same village, working together to support each other. This is what we call a true forgiveness. As we know, the last stage of genocide is denial. When the perpetrators and sympathizers are trying to cover up what they have done and take a path to deny their wrongdoing. The denial can take different form. Some, they use different numbers. They avoid to use over 1 million Tutsis that were murdered. They avoid to use the proper name of genocide against the Tutsi. All this hurts to us as survivors, and I will say it because as a survivor, we face many attacks, many emotional time when we see these activities. And I will say, if someone comes to a funeral service and trying to insult the family members of the survivors, you can imagine how it hurts on that day. Also, some, they denied the justice. And that's how we see many perpetrators still free, and we meet in the same church, same shopping center, in the same places. They are still free, and when the survivors give those information that these people have been taking innocent people's life, nothing get done. That is justice denial. For us as Rwandan, we deserve justice like everybody else. As we remember for the 30th years of genocide against the Tutsi, I wonder if the whole world has learned any lesson. Sometimes I think they have not. And I'm not a politician, and I will say as a survivor. And on behalf of survivors, we see the hate ideology happening over and over and over again. And I cannot finish without saying that the same people who took the life of our loved one, they free from the justice, ran away from Rwanda. Some, they went to Congo. They went with the same ideology. They've been killing innocent Congolese Tutsis for the last many years. And the international community is almost doing nothing. We, as survivors, when we see these pictures of innocent lives being lost every day, it hurts us like really, really bad. That's why I say somehow I think the international community has not run their lesson, because the same ideology, the same crime, killing people because how they look like, how their nose look like, is happening in our eyes, in our presence, and we don't do nothing about it. So it's everybody's commitment, and someone has to do something to stop this repetition of crime, of genocide in different countries. And that's why we remember to say never again. What I know so far, we Rwandan, never again is real in Rwanda. But we don't want this genocide to happen anywhere else, in any country or any community. Thank you to our leadership for the best vision of unity, reconciliation, forgiveness, and peace for all. We are all equal as Rwandan, and we thank President Kagame for his vision and the commitment to stop genocide against Tutsi. Thank you for your attention.